every time a new set comes out, it always spells the death of Mew VMAX, supposedly. We've seen the Pokemon Company persecute this card more than arguably anything I definitely more than anything I've ever seen in my time playing the game. They brought out the Mightyena, they brought out the Spiritomb, they've brought out the Drapion, and so on, the Ting-Lu, and there are so many cards that they've put out since the release of Mew VMAX to counter Mew VMAX, and yet Mew VMAX continues to be one of the strongest decks in the game. So if you love Mew VMAX and you want to adapt it for the Paldea Evolved format, or you just got a League Battle deck, the Mew VMAX League Battle deck, still one of, if not the best thing you can get if you're looking to jump into competitive play. Let's look at an updated list for the Paldea Evolved format. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about Mew VMAX. Now, just in case you haven't played Mew VMAX before, I know it's a super popular deck, but I'll go through the full explanation regardless. I know that there are a number of new players that watch my videos and appreciate the explanations, so here we go. Mew VMAX is a psychic Pokemon, 310 HP, free retreat, which is really nice. It does have the attack Max Miracle for 2 psychic energy. It's a 130 shred. You will use this from time to time. However, its big move is Cross Fusion Strike, with for 2 colorless energy, allows you to copy the attacks of bench Pokemon. You could be copying Mew VMAX and copy Psychic Leap for 70 damage, and you get to leap off the board. You could copy, most of the time you're going to be copying Genesect Fusion Strike system, which does, copying Technoblast for 210 damage, but you can't attack next turn, but that's okay. Mew has free retreat, and you can just bring Mew back in afterwards to attack for 210 again. We've also got Meloetta's Melodious Echo, which does 70 damage for the number of Fusion Strike energy on the board. If you get all 4 Fusion Strike energy on the board, Mew's base damage starts at 280, which is absolutely massive. And then we even have the new Eiscue. Well, not the new Eiscue, but Eiscue is a relatively new addition to the deck, and we'll talk more about this in a sec. But you can copy Block Slider, which does 40 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each Fusion Strike energy attached to all of your Pokemon. If you've got all 4 Fusion Strike energy attached, you can do 160 bench snipe damage. So most of the time you're going to be attacking with Mew. However, there are cases where you'll want to use Meloetta up front, particularly if you're going second. You have the opportunity to do an attack that does 210 damage plus, knock out a Pokemon V or a Pokemon EX, start the game hot with a massive KO. And then the Eiscue in particular is here for Spiritomb. It's a new card from Paldea Evolved, and it shuts off abilities of basic Pokemon V. And having the Eiscue in play gives you an opportunity to snipe it out in the early game because it only has 60 HP. So it's a pretty easy target to snipe from the bench if you've got the Eiscue handy. That being said, a snipe attack in Mew VMAX is not a bad tool to have at all, because the being able to hit the bench is really nice, and not everybody is playing like expecting it. You're not necessarily playing Manaphy to try and stop Eiscue, at least at this point in time, so you can catch your opponent sleeping there. And for our counts, we've got 4 Mew, 3 Mew VMAX, 4 Genesects, and then 1 copy of the Eiscue and Meloetta. Trainer cards, 2 copies of Boss's Orders to gust an opponent's bench Pokemon into the active spot, 2 copies of Switch Cart. This is an upgrade for Switch in the sense that when you move a basic Pokemon out of the bench or out of the active into the bench, that Pokemon then heals 30 damage. And this can be a great way of healing off incremental damage on your Genesects when playing against Lost Box, for example. And I used to prefer Switch over Switch Cart, but I think in the current format, you're fine. You're not necessarily, for the most part, you're probably not going to get Mew VMAX stuck in the active and then it can't retreat. So Switch Cart, for the most part, is going to be fine. And just in case, we've got 2 copies of Escape Rope as well. And just in case, if you don't feel comfortable with the Switch Cart, if you're not comfortable with the idea of Mew VMAX getting stuck for whatever reason, maybe you run into a Mawile, maybe you run into one of the stadiums that changes retreat cost, just play a regular Switch instead. 1 copy of Cyllene. I love this card in Mew VMAX. You flip a coin, or flip 2 coins, and for each heads, you get to take a card from your discard pile and put it back to the top of your deck. This is incredibly important to get resources that you've lost throughout the game back at the top of your deck so you can use them again. 1 copy of Judge. Both players shuffle their hands into their deck and then draw 4. A little bit of hand disruption here that can be very nice. 2 copies of 4 Seal Stone, an incredibly important card in Mew VMAX because of the Star Alchemy V-Star power. It lets you grab a card of your choice from the deck. This can help you finish off your Elesa Sparkle combos or get that Path to the Peak to shut down Drapion, whatever it needs. 4 Seal Stone is there, and it can even work with Path to the Peak in play, so incredibly useful card to have. Elesa's Sparkle, a staple of the Fusion Mew build, lets you choose up to 2 of your Fusion Strike Pokemon and attach a Fusion Strike energy to each, and you'll be using this to power up Mew, to power up Eiscue or Meloetta, and in the current meta, you can also use this to attach Fusion Energy to your Genesect to prevent them from being ability locked. Really nice touch. 1 copy of the Gucci belt, getting 30 damage extra on Pokemon V. 1 copy of Pal Pad. We are stretched a little thin on our supporters, so 1 Pal Pad here is really nice. 2 copies of Nest Ball. We don't necessarily need as many Nest Balls here. We are playing Battle VIP Pass. Nest Ball does get us our basics onto the board. And also we've got stadiums. I like to go a little heavy on stadiums here. I've got 2 copies of Lost City and 2 copies of Path to the Peak. Yes, Path to the Peak does stop Genesect from working. However, there are going to be times where you can play it and it'll hurt your opponent more than it hurts you. And that's going to be the play there. And to get Path to the Peak out of play, we do run 2 copies of Lost Vacuum, or you could just bump it with a Lost City, which is a really nice stadium to have in this, as well as you can send certain Pokemon to the Lost Zone like a Drapion and any other threats to your board that you don't want to see come back. 4 copies of Cram-o-matic, you flip a coin. Well, you discard an item and you flip a coin, and if you get heads, you can grab a card of your choice. Kind of like a not as reliable 4 Seal Stone, but incredibly strong card to have in Mew. We've got our 4 Battle VIP passes to help ensure that we can get the best possible start we can. We've got a new card here, 1 copy of Iono, and this is a really good hand disruption card that almost every deck is playing right now. Both players shuffle their hands, put it to the bottom of their deck, and draw equal to the number of prize cards they have left. So this is a great disruption card and potentially a comeback card as well. If your opponent is down to 1 prizes, throw down the Iono, potentially even combo that with a Path to the Peak, and leave your opponent with not much to work with. 4 copies of Ultra Ball to get our Pokemon down, in particular Mew VMAX, and then 2 Lost Vacuums to get the Paths to the Peak off of the board. 4 copies of Power Tablet for powering up our Fusion Strike Pokemon. You get to do plus 30 damage for each one you play. And last but not least, we've got a copy of Cleansing Gloves here, which is great for knocking out Comphase with Psychic Leap, or being able to one-shot Gardevoir VMAX or Gardevoir EX a little easier by doing plus 30 damage on Psychic Pokemon. Last but not least, we've got ourselves 4 copies of Fusion Energy, which isn't just an energy that works on Fusion Strike. It only works on Fusion Strike Pokemon, but it also unlocks ability or attacks like Melodious Echo, Block Slider. No, it doesn't unlock Block Slider. Melodious Echo, and as long as this card's attached to a Pokemon, it provides every type of energy, but only provides 1 at a time. And you prevent all effects of your opponent's Pokemon's abilities done to that Pokemon this card is attached to. So stuff like Ting-Lu does not work. Stuff like Spiritomb does not work if these are attached to Genesect. So really handy to know. And then 3 double turbo energy so we can get Mew rolling in 1 attachment. So your general game plan is going to be, I like getting 2 Mew Vs set up, 3 Genesects, and then either the Meloetta or the Eiscue, depending on what the matchup is. And then you will be swinging for, generally Cross Fusion Strike, Techno Blast, switching back and forth between Mews to keep them fresh. You may want to go for a turn 2 Meloetta play if the opportunity arises to take a multi-prize KO at the beginning of the game. And another attack to not sleep on is Psychic Leap. If your Mew VMAX is damaged, you can copy a Mew V on the bench, use Psychic Leap, do some incremental damage, maybe even knock out a single prize Pokemon or something like that, and then wipe that Mew off the board so that they cannot take a 3 prize KO in response. All right, let's go check out these matches. Losing the coin flip as Fusion Mew is not necessarily the worst, depending on what our opponent pulls up. There is a shot at landing the Meloetta play and hitting for 210 damage, but it really depends on what our opponent has, and if anything, because we've changed the counts a bit, it's less likely that we can make that play work. So, if we have to play it straight up, that should be fine. Mew is a incredibly capable deck, regardless of which flavor, and yeah, we've got a lot of the pieces here ready to go if we need to make something happen. Ooh, I think we're up against a Ting-Lu, which is actually a very good thing for us because we can showcase the... Yeah, it's Ting-Lu, and good thing we didn't bench the Genesect. That prevents them from being able to throw down the throw down a Hawlucha and damage it, and then we get stuck. But do we go for the Meloetta play off the rip? We potentially could. We potentially could. And they do throw down the Spiritomb. I think this is where you want the Eiscue, actually. So we can try and snipe that. I'm not sure if it's... Yeah, no. Or we just go and attach the energy to the Genesect. Yeah, so we've got like 2 options here. We can try and snipe the Spiritomb, or we can... Let's see how much energy they get. If they only get 1... Okay. I think that's fair. We can try and snipe the Spiritomb and actually throw it into the Lost Zone. So let's do that. I'm going to go Genesect. Do we have the Eiscue? No, we don't have the Eiscue. Okay, so let's go and throw down a second Mew. And I'm actually going to go and attach the energies to the Genesects so we can continue to play in spite of them doing stuff. Let's go and grab... Ooh, no good. Okay, we've still got 1 more. We've at least protected ourselves from... Oh, no. Okay, at least we thinned our hand. We can get some DTE and get me ready to rock here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's go and grab a Genesect. And do we want the Meloetta at this point? Sure. At least that gives us access to Melodious Echo. And we can go attach a Vacuum. They don't play Vacuum in the Ting-Lu deck. So, and there's our 3rd energy. Let's go and attach to Mew. And I will... Do we get rid of anything? We don't need the gloves in this match, so I kind of don't care where this goes. Let's just put it on the Meloetta, and then we can draw some more. Okay, no, we cannot draw. We can't draw anymore? No, we use that. We use that. Okay. Cool. I will energy mix then. And, oh, we've used up all our fusion energy. That's no good. Okay. So we will, even if they start to hit some stuff, we have 2 Genesects that will continue to work. Man, Ting-Lu, I recently covered this deck on the channel. I love this very much. I think, yeah, they can hit this and this. These won't get hit at all. But let's see if our opponent knows that. Nope. Nope. Yeah, they can hit the Mew. Hitting the Mew is fine. But the Genesect still online. And they're going to need, yeah, this 1 turn. And they're going to play Gapejaw Bog, which doesn't matter right now. Not for us anyway. They weren't able to get a Dino Cry going. And this is... looking pretty sweet for us. Let's get rid of this Nest Ball. We don't need that right now. And heads. Oh my goodness. We have like the absolute worst luck in the universe right now. Let's go and Fusion Strike System. Can we get a Mew VMAX, please? Oh my goodness. Okay. I'll attach the double turbo energy to this Mew. I'm going to play Pal Pad just to thin the deck. But, like, really. Okay. We get the... Ooh, let's get rid of Path to the Peak. Oh, no, I don't want to get rid of Path to the Peak, actually. Let's get rid of Switch Cart. And I'm reluctantly going to get rid of Cyllene here. Let's go grab our Mew VMAX. And how much damage are we doing right now? I think we're only doing 220. And can I not draw with... Okay, fine. Let's go and Star Alchemy. And let's go grab ourselves... I think we need one more Power Tab. And let's go Power Tab up. And I'm going to... I don't think we actually have to play Path to the Peak right now. I think we just swing Raw for... Oh, yeah. Technoblast. We're going to go Melodious Echo for 250. Get that out of here. Shutting off abilities. No. No, you cannot. And now this deck is basically dead. The Eiscue could have been nice to shut off the Spiritomb. Oh, yeah, we can. Anyway, yeah, there it is. GG's. Even Ting-Lu, specifically built to counter decks like Mew VMAX, still crumble. Mew VMAX still always finds a way, even with the Ting-Lu shutting off abilities and the Spiritomb shutting off abilities. I forgot. Yeah, the reason that third Genesect didn't work is because the Spiritomb was still on the board. And that's something I still need to come to grips with. However, putting the two fusion energy onto the Genesects early not only like helped us draw through, and it also blocked the Hawlucha when they tried to put damage on the first Galucha on the far left. They were not able to put the damage on. And even if they were, we still had the fusion energy to counter it as well, letting us continue to draw through cards. We got the Power Tablet so Mew VMAX could swing for more damage. We had access to Melodious Echo so that we could continue to attack after we attacked, unlike with Technoblast, and shut down our opponent there pretty bad. Now, they didn't get their energy set up properly. They only got 2 energy before we were able to dunk them, but even if they did get to the third, 150 damage is still not enough to take. You still need 3 swings on a Mew VMAX, which isn't particularly efficient. So this is still a tough match for Ting-Lu, but they do have options. The shutting down the abilities and all that with the Ting-Lu, with the Spiritomb, and Mew VMAX still got it done with the fusion build. GG's. Winning the coin flip, always nice. I know that Fusion Mew is notorious for being pretty good at going second because of the Meloetta play, and at this point now the Eiscue play. However, I still think that you want to go first because you want that first major attack. And with the Mew deck in particular, and your ability to draw through cards, you can pretty much get whatever you want, like get a boss's orders, get a free multi-prize KO. Okay, let's see what we are up against. Lost Box here, and we get the... Okay, let's go double Genesect, and Meloetta is not bad here. Yeah, let's go and grab... Yeah, we'll grab those. And I will get... I want to hold on to the Iono. I want to hold on to all my stuff, but I need to thin the deck. Let's get rid of Iono. No, we're going to get rid of Vacuum here. And I will get a third Genesect out. This is a very old school Mew VMAX setup right now. Some energy would be nice. I'm gonna Ultra Ball away the Nest Ball. And a Genesect. Let's go grab a Mew VMAX preemptively. I'm reluctant to play the Vacuum right now, or play the Force Seal Stone, because, and I'm reluctant to play the, okay, we didn't get any energy. I think we just pass. We can Force Seal Stone for some energy and work from there. And I guess, yeah, we could have played Path to the Peak to stop the Greninja. Looks like we are playing against a Lost Zone Giratina variant. Yeah. Okay. At this point, it would be nice if we can blast the Giratina V off the board. Let's see what we can do. Oh, sorry for bumping the microphone there. Yeah, I think Lost Zone Giratina is a deck that we're gonna have to play in this cycle. It definitely got better. It's one of the strongest decks in the current Paldea Evolved format. I have not played... Oh, they're gonna go for Drapion already? I mean, okay. That is a thing you can do, and that changes the... Maybe we should have played Path to the Peak right now. I didn't think they would go for the... They would go for that right this second, but okay, here we are. Sure. Okay, we get the Mew VMAX. Let's go and Nest Ball for another Mew. And I'm going to play the Force Seal Stone, put the Cleansing Gloves on. I will Power Tab, and let's start to draw. We're going to need a double Turbo Energy here. Okay, we don't get it. I will... Ooh, I guess there's another option of... Okay, let's go Force Seal Stone. I will grab the... I'll grab the energy right now. We should get the knock on the Drapion. And we can Lost City that away. And yeah, that technically does help their agenda. But we also get that completely out of the game. We don't worry about it for the rest of the game. And I could Iono them as well. Is it worth Ionoing right now? Our hand is actually pretty sick. Let's go Cross Freezing Strike, and we'll Techno Blast for 220. Get that out of here. Send it to the Lost Zone so we don't have to worry about it for the rest of the game. But yes, it does help them in the sense that we're trading two cards. We're trading Drapion into the Lost Zone in order to get that out of the game forever. So let's see how that goes. We have a very fat hand. I think that if they don't get Giratina set up right now, it would be awesome if we could just blast that into another planet. Okay. Ooh, they're going to burn the Jet Energy to get the Comfey up, and they drop Path to the Peak, and that's a little bit of a problem for us. Because, yeah, now we've used our V-Star power, well, with Force Seal Stone, and we're going to have to figure it out. Hopefully we can get a Vacuum on the other side. I think we got rid of at least one, yeah. And they've got 6 in the Lost Zone. Go into Giratina V-Star. Let's see how they play it. We do have to be concerned that Star Requiem can just take a 3-prize KO. And it probably will at some point in this game. Okay, they're going to put another Comfey down. They've got the full suite of Comfeys trying to get to 7. And they get it. Ooh, they're going to get to 9 here. They potentially could get to 10. No, they cannot get to 10 on this turn. But we do have to be concerned about this now. It would be nice if we could one-shot the Okay. We're gonna judge. Okay. I will. If we escape rope, it doesn't really matter if we escape rope here. Let's go and retreat into a Meloetta. And then we will escape rope back to get Mew on the board. And let's cross Fusion Strike. And we will... Is it worth Psychic Leaping right now? No. Well, we can... Yeah, let's Psychic Leap. And then we will not Psychic Leap, which could be a problem. Admittedly, could be a problem. We get Path to the Peak. This could be bad. If we get KO'd here by Giratina V-Star, then we're kind of screwed. Then the Sableye target's right here. My concern is with Path to the Peak out. And no real... Oh, they benched the Lumineon, but Path to the Peak is out. That's not going to do anything. That's not going to do anything. Okay. The Lumineon play could give us a out to win this, because that's an easy 2-prize KO for us. So even if we lose this Mew, we just need a Comfey and a Lumineon to win the game. Ooh, they are stalling for time. Okay. Are they just going to Star Requiem the Genesect? Okay. Okay. I think there is a world in which we could attack the Giratina here, and it might actually be... No, because that gives us... We're gonna lose Mew. That freaks me out. Like, if we attack... I think we have to take out the Lumineon right now. Because if we hit the Giratina, we're not going to be able to do enough to knock it out. Let's see what we get. We get some double turbos. We can attack here. Yeah, if they're going to burn Star Requiem here, that's okay. If we could top deck boss, that would be like the best thing in the world. Okay, we are stuck. That is a problem. If we go in with the Meloetta, we are going to... this Path to the Peak is crazy annoying. Let's go and attach... And we are actually going to Melodious Echo here instead. I guess the other concern here is they could just Sableye away the Meloetta and then we're screwed. So that's going to come down to 1. This Path to the Peak, unfortunately, messed us up pretty bad, and we don't have a good answer for it at this moment in time. You know, maybe I should have waited for later to use the Forest Seal Stone to get out of this situation, but here we are. Oh, they're going to retreat. If we could top deck boss, that would be incredible. Or even get the Eiscue out. Oh, what are they going to go in with? Nope. Yeah, if we get the Eiscue out and we copy the snipe attack, is Eiscue... Eiscue's potentially still in play, unless this is Eiscue. If... I hope we stop right here so we could snipe this. That would be... Oh, here comes the Sableye. If they have it, it is what it is. Stop right there, please. Stop right there. They're going to Mirage Gate. I think they can hard retreat into the Sableye, and then we lose. And that is incredibly unfortunate. No, they don't have the energy. They don't have the energy. Oh my goodness. Now they play Super Rod. If they have another Mirage Gate, which they probably do, I would imagine they still have, yeah, 2 more at least. Okay. Let's see what the play is. We get the win. Geez, we escape with that one. Admittedly escape. That was incredibly close. And yeah, the path to the peak messing us there pretty bad. I did like the Lost Zone play to take the Drapion out early. And yeah, that failed Mirage Gate really messed them up. I think they should have played Super Rod to get some energy back before they went for the Mirage Gate. That being said, I don't think I saw any Psychic Energy hit the board. Wait, no. Giratina did have Psychic Energy on, so there was that play as well. One thing that I would have liked to have shown there is the value of Eiscue in that scenario. If we had been able to Ultra Ball away there was 2 cards. We had 3 cards in hand. We could Ultra Ball away some cards, get the Eiscue down, ideally play Elesa's Sparkle, and if we were able to get the 4th energy out, we could have bench sniped the Giratina to win the game there, which would have been awesome and showcased kind of the new tech that the Mew VMAX deck has. But regardless, we escape here with the win. GG's. There is a quick look at Mew VMAX in the Paldea Evolved format. Yeah, with the way that the current meta is, DTE Mew, while I actually like playing that version a lot, and maybe even more than the Fusion build at this point, DTE Mew is going to struggle because of Spiritomb and other abilities in the current meta that shut off Genesect. So at the very least, if you are playing the Fusion build of Mew VMAX, you've got yourself some built-in protection against stuff like Ting-Lu and Spiritomb and so on. But let me know what you think of Mew VMAX. Do you love the deck? Do you hate the deck? Do you like the build that I've made? What adjustments would you made? I know like Mew VMAX is one of the most popular decks from the Sword and Shield era, one of the most popular decks now. There are a billion Mew VMAX lists. I mean, literally on this channel, we have covered Mew VMAX more than any other deck. So lots of different ways to play it, lots of different ways to tech it out. It's still personally my all-time favorite deck, and not a lot of people are talking about it, but Mew VMAX is rotating next year, and that's definitely something to think about when you're considering buying something like the Mew VMAX League Battle deck. I still think it's very much worth it if you're going to play seriously for the next year, roughly the next year, 9 months. It's still going to be an amazing deck. You're gonna love the game more having an incredibly strong deck to play with, and Mew VMAX, regardless of the meta, seemingly is always gonna be strong no matter what. But I gotta get going. Thank you so much for watching the video. Before we go, some quick plugs. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at In Third Person. You can find me on Twitch at In Third Person, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And check out the website, inthirdperson.com, for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. So until the next one, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.